Hello again, everyone. Toby Burrell back with you tonight for another exciting night of Lady Devil volleyball from Swain High School. Joe Holt along with me, as always, on the camera, and we're about ready to get our action underway. Highlands in town tonight. The Highlanders 9-8 on the season. Our Lady Devils 8-8 on the season. Swain took a 3-1 win on September 5th, almost a full month ago, from Highlands at Highlands, 3-1. And since that time, it's been downhill for the Lady Devils and uphill for the Lady Highlanders. So we'll see how things stack up tonight. Highlands has won 6 of their last 7, whereas Lady Devils have lost 6 of their last 7. So let's see if that streak can end tonight for Swain. And we're almost ready to go from Swain High School, as we said. Exciting week of homecoming activities for Swain. See if that has any bearing on the Lady Devils' performance tonight. It is also just a half week of school for the Swain High students, Swain County students in general. Tomorrow, Wednesday, is a half a day, and then Thursday and Friday are work days, so the students will be out both of those days. So a very odd homecoming week indeed for Swain High School. They have to push all of their activities into 2.5 days, essentially. So we're almost ready to get underway. We'll set the lineups for you for Swain. It's Grace Cabe, Taylor Collins, Michaela Reardon across the front to start with. Brett Patillo, Caitlin Anthony, and Ashton Yantz will patrol the back row. It looks like Anthony will serve first for the Lady Devils, as we're almost set to get this one underway, as we said. Coming into tonight, Swain 8-8, and the Highlanders 9-8 overall. Highlands is second in the Little Smoky Mountain. Lady Devils 5th in the Smoky. Swain will travel to Andrews on Thursday for returning here a week from tonight for senior night as Cherokee comes to town, so tune in for that one. Anthony's first serve is up and over, and the Highlanders will attack first. They tip it over, pulled out there by Yantz. Patillo to Collins, who punches it over. Now Highlands with a chance to attack. They go outside. Nice job by Madison Lloyd to get that one over. Yantz puts it up in the middle, and that's Reardon who goes deep with that one. Pushed up and over, and that one will find the floor for the Highlanders, who are on the board first, 1-0. This will be Jordan Carrier to serve. Carrier is a freshman. She is also their setter and middle hitter. That one is out, and the Lady Devils are on the board, and quickly off the bench will be Mae Duncan, who will come in for Michaela Reardon to serve. Both of those young ladies seniors for Swain. So Duncan goes to work now, tied at 1. Up and over hard. Outside, cross court. Patillo's up with it. It's close. Duncan pushes it over. It's back. Now Collins backing away. Can't get her feet under, and that one sails out of bounds. And Highlands on top now. Reardon right back into the lineup. And Duncan out. Now to serve it for Highlands will be Hannah Holt. Hannah is a junior for the Highlanders. That one's up and over. Patillo with a pass nicely to Yantz. Yantz back to Cabe in the middle. Cabe behind that one, and it is out of bounds as well. Grace Cabe still leads the Smoky Mountain Conference in kills with 195, so she is 5 away from 200 now on the season. Next closest person only has 136. So Cabe with a commanding lead in that category in conference play. We'll fill you in on some of the other conference leaders as we move along in this one. Highlands has got that one back over. Collins passes it rather. Yantz sets it off the block, pulled out of there nicely by Kendra McCall. Cross court, Patillo doesn't get to that one. And the Highlanders extend their lead to 3 here in the early going of game 1. Serving still is Holt. No relation to Joe. That one's up and over. Caitlin Anthony with a pass. Reardon outside to Yantz. She pushes it over with the left hand, and she gets it down. Nice job by Ashton Yantz to get that one on the floor. And Swain will break serve, and now Alyssa Smith checks in quickly to serve for the Lady Devils. 4-2 your score. We're in set number 1. Smith is up and over with it. Now here come the Highlands team to attack. That one does not make it over, so Swain has cut the lead to 1. That was Madison Lloyd, one of 4 seniors for this Highlands team. Smith to serve it again, one of the Lady Devil seniors. That one's up and over. Now it'll be a good set by Carrier. She goes to the middle, and a back row kill by Kendra McCall, who leads them being Highlands, with 136 kills on the season, now 137. Madison Lloyd back to serve it for the Highlands team. Jump serve up and over. Smith, nice dig, nice pass outside the cave. She goes over the block and gets it down. Nicely done by Grace. She's on the board for the first time tonight, and now moves to the service line with Swain trailing by 1. Cabe leads the team, her and Ashton Yance, with 26 aces each. That one's over and almost another ace. And now they'll go to the outside, and that one's deep and out of bounds, and we're tied back up at 5-all. Cabe with her second serve of this rotation. It's over the net, and Highlands pushes it over backwards, and now Yance will have to, and that's blocked in there by Kendra McCall. And that breaks the Swain momentum and the tie. And now to the service line will be Jesselyn Head, a sophomore setter. Patillo with the pass. Yance with the dink. That one's off the block of Anthony and Yance, and Head will go back to the service line again. Good hard serve. Smith dives for it. Patillo can't get to it, so an ace by Jesselyn Head. And she goes back to the service line again. Good hard one back row. Smith unable to do anything with it. And now the lead is 4. Timeout early by Swain, as Highlands has inched up to a 4-point lead, their biggest of the night here in game 1. We're just underway from Swain. If you're joining us, and if you're curious, we actually, much to mine and Joe's surprise, started on time tonight, right at 6 o'clock. So we were as shocked as you were. Hope you don't miss much volleyball action, expecting to tune in at 6:20 and find us just starting, because that's not going to be the case. Swain and Highlands underway. And now it'll be Jesselyn Head to serve again. She has served 2 straight aces. And we'll see how the Lady Devils adjust now after the Kayla McMahon timeout. Floater to Smith. Smith passes it. Yance sets middle to Anthony. Anthony finds the back corner, and that's down to break the momentum as Caitlin Anthony finds her first kill of the night. Good pass from Yance to set that up, and now Yance goes to the service line looking to bring the Lady Devils back. Floater down the line, passed by Carrier. Now she'll hit it over, tries to find a spot. Reardon's there. Now Yance will set it outside to Reardon. Off the block, Highlands able to pick that up. That one makes it over the net again from Carrier. Back outside to Reardon. She goes down the line with it, or down the net rather, and no good. Scramble by Highlands. They get it over. Yance to set again. She goes middle to Anthony. Anthony finds the back corner, but it's pulled up by Highlands. So far in this one, we had a couple of long scrambles. Some good volleyball here in the early going. Yance back to serve it again after the point, cuts it to 2. As we said earlier, Ashton Yance and Grace Cave actually lead the Smoky Mountain Conference in aces with 26 each. Nice block by Anthony there. Highlands picks it back up. They go to Anthony. She goes to the corner again and has another kill. Good job by Caitlin Anthony and Ashton Yance working well together on that front line. So Yance has pulled us back to within 1 with her serves, and now we'll try to tie things up. Up and over with a lot of spin. Hits, back sets it. And that was Kendra McCall with it. Now Smith runs in, pushes it to the back row. Carrier, and then it goes back outside of Carrier, and she can't get it over, so we're tied at 9. And Swain has come all the way back in this one. Ashton Yance to serve it again. Up and over, knuckleball this time, and that's going to be another point for Swain, who take the lead rather, for the second time tonight. Now Yance will serve it again. Knuckleball again, pulled out of there. The setters run into each other, and now we've got a 2-point advantage for the Lady Devils and a timeout by Highlands. So homecoming activities commencing here at Swain High School this week. As we said, a shortened week, so they've had to cram everything into 2.5 days. And then we'll take 2 days off and come back here on Friday night and host Andrews in Smoky Mountain Conference play as the Maroon Devils take them on. And somewhere amongst all of that, with Gary Ayers and Rod White making the call, Joe Holt on the scene, Emma Dingle on the scene, we'll have a homecoming queen crowned. We'll have all of that for you. If you can't make it out, Swain County Memorial Stadium to catch that, then be sure to tune in on maroondevils.com, and you'll be able to catch all of that action live from Swain County Memorial Stadium. Should be an exciting night. As we said, these Lady Devils will travel to Andrews on Thursday to take on the Wildcats in conference play. Yance, as we set to resume, is set to serve it again. A couple of hard slaps from Ashton. And up and over that one, another knuckleball. Now Head will try to back set it, punch spike. And now Smith has got it. Yance sets to the middle to Anthony, who goes cross court, nicely placed. Highlands able to come up with it, but not do anything with it after that. Now Swain with their largest lead of the night at 3. We're only in game 1. If you're tuning in, you've missed the opening here, and that's all. We've got best of 5 still coming your way. Ashton Yance still serving. Swain erasing a 4-point deficit and taking their first lead since 1-0. Back outside to Reardon. She goes cross court, nicely dug out, punched over. Patillo's alert and is able to save that. Now Anthony punches it over and gets it on the floor. Nice job, Caitlin Anthony, her 3rd kill in this set. So this rotation, very good for the Lady Devils so far. They've gone from 4 down to now 4 ahead. So an 8-point run behind the serving of Ashton Yance. This one's up and over again. Head sets it outside. That's close to the net. Blocked, and nothing can be done about it. Patillo with a block, and Swain on a major roll right here. Yance to serve it again with the lead up to 5. Floater to the back row. Head will set it. Sets middle to McCall. McCall goes off of the Anthony block and gets that one down. Kendra McCall with the kill, breaks the Swain momentum, but the Lady Devils come away from Ashton Yance's serve with a 4-point advantage. At one time, it was 5. That one's on the floor. Patillo comes up with it, but Yance can't do anything with it, so it'll be back to 14-11. This is Abby Alvera serving for the Highlands squad. She's a sophomore, or junior rather. Check that. Up and over again. This one's hard. Patillo's got it. She can't make the pass, and suddenly it's back to a 2-point advantage here. So Alvera will serve again, looking to get the Highlanders back on top. That one's hard to the back line. Cabe plays that one. Yance pushes it outside to Reardon. She hammers it down the line. And to Carrier, Smith digs it. Anthony's got it, and Cabe punches it over. Now Highlands with a chance to attack again. Set off the net. Cabe's got it. Smith will help it outside to Reardon, who can't do anything with it, and we're back to a 1-point advantage for the Lady Devils. It'll be Alvera again. Some hot serving here in game 1 on both teams' part so far. And that one scoots away from Alvera. She'll get a replay out of it. And this one's up and tips the top of the net. Smith's got it. Reardon can't push it over, and we're tied again at 14. The fourth tie of this one. And Olvera has been the key for the Highlanders. Good hard serves. Patillo's got the pass this time. Yance goes outside to Reardon. Reardon cross court. Dug out there by McCall outside to Carrier. She punches it down the line, but Reardon's there. Now Yance with a chance. She back sets Anthony. It's blocked up front by Kendra McCall. Her second block of this one. She has 17 so far on the season, and she gives the Highlanders the lead back at 15-14. Olvera still serving. Good hard one. Tips the net. Cabe got it. Set outside by Anthony to Reardon, and now a scramble ensues. They push it deep, but Yance is there. Smith will have to help it, and now Patillo pushes it over. Highlands with a chance to attack. They go off the block and down for Carrier, her first kill. Back to a 2-point advantage by Highlands. This one going back and forth here in game one. Olvera still serving. This one up and over hard. Cabe's got it right to Yance. Yance pushes it over on 2. And Highlands tries to reciprocate, and it doesn't work out. Taylor Collins in for Alyssa Smith. Kenzie Eagleman in for Brett Patillo. Eagleman to serve. Collins to patrol the front. Good hard serve right at Olvera. Now back row set. There's nobody there. And Swain ties it up at 16. Fifth tie of this first game. So we could be in for a long night here with some exciting volleyball. That one's over. Here comes Highlands. Chance to set. They go outside to Carrier. She's cross court to Cabe, and now Yance has to sprint to get there, but does. And Reardon finds the hole in the defense, and the Lady Devils are now back up by 1. Eagleman's serve back to Olvera. Here come the, and that's a net violation on 13. And so we're tied again at 17 here. Patillo back in for Eagleman. And now it will be Kendra McCall to serve it. That one tips the top of the net and falls for an ace. So McCall with the second attempt now. Jump serve, floater to the back row. Patillo's got it. Yance has to hustle for it. Now Cabe, when the back row pulled out of there by McCall. And now Swain with a chance to attack. Yance sets middle to Anthony. She hammers it down the middle. McCall's there again. Now Carrier takes a rip at that one, and it's out of bounds. Tied again at 18. Seventh tie so far. Float, and now Carrier finds the floor with it, and it's back to 1 point Highlands lead. So it'll be Jordan Carrier to the service line. She has 62 aces on this season, far and away the leader if she were in the Smoky Mountain Conference, and she adds another one to that now, and we've got a sub as Kendall Jones will hop up off the Swain bench for Brett Patillo, and it will be Carrier again to serve it. Carrier, just a freshman. She leads her team in a lot of categories, so she's got a bright future ahead of her. Cabe on the run, and Grace Cabe gets that one down and shows off mad athleticism in the process of doing it as well. So now we've got Mae Duncan into the lineup to serve for Michaela Reardon. 1 point Highlands advantage with Duncan to serve it. That one's up and over short. Will it be an ace? Yes, it is. So Duncan ties it up for the 8th time with an ace of her own. So Mae Duncan back to the service line again, steps over. Nice hard shot to the back row. And that's down the line and good for Kendra McCall. Duncan out, Reardon in. It will be Hannah Holt to serve it again. She got the Highlanders off to a good start with her serves in the early part of this game. Floater over, Jones has got it. Reardon sets it. Cabe hammers it, but it's deep and out of bounds. Holt will go again. 2 point advantage now for Highlands. Floater to the middle. Cabe's got the pass. Reardon hustles, pushes it on over on 2, and now Highlands will attack from the outside. Down the line, Anthony's got it outside to Collins, and it doesn't go over, so we're back to a 3 point advantage now for Highlands, looking for 2 points to close this one out right here. Holt serving again. That's Reardon with a set in the middle to Cabe. It's blocked. Cabe saves it. Anthony saves it even more, and now Highlands scrambles for it. At the net, it's pushed over and down by Madison Lloyd. So Highlands 1 point away now from taking game one from the Lady Devils. Holt to serve. Up and over, floater at Jones. Good pass to Reardon, back outside to Jones. Got a little under it, was able to get it over. Jones with the pass, back to the middle to Cabe. She goes over the block. McCall's able to get it with her athleticism, and now Swain scrambling. They go middle to McCall. We got a net violation on Swain. So that'll give the first game to Highlands 24-20. We'll be back with you after this break. So Highlands to serve first in this one, and it's over to Brett Patillo. She sets it outside to Taylor Collins. Taylor cuts it a little too fine. It'll be out of bounds. And point to Highlands to open this second set. So serving is Jordan Carrier, the freshman, and that one climbs the net for another ace from Carrier. And Swain down 2-0 early on in the second set. Carrier's up and over. Patillo pass to Reardon. Reardon set to Cabe, who finds the hole in the defense and puts the Lady Devils on the board. Quickly in, Mae Duncan. With Swain trailing in this one 2-0. Floater barely over. Now they go outside, and that one's down for Jesselyn Head, who stretches this lead back to 2, and very quickly Michaela Reardon back in this one. It will be Hannah Holt to serve for Highlands now. Holt very successful in game 1, and that one is out. And Alyssa Smith checks in for Taylor Collins, and Smith, the senior libero, will serve for the Lady Devils. Good high floater down the line. Carrier sets outside. Anthony's got it. Reardon sets middle to Cabe, and she has it blocked. Actually, it's called 4 hits on Swain, but it looked to me like, and you got the opportunity to rewind that, but it looked like the Highlands player got a fingertip on that one. He kept it on Swain's side, but I guess not. Highlands with a 2-point advantage now. Kaylin Anthony sits nicely with that jump serve. They go outside to Patillo. She goes cross court, and now Highlands is in trouble. And they can't get it over in 4, and it'll be back to Swain. So we teetered between a 2 and a 1-point lead this set for Highlands so far. Let's see if Grace Cabe can get the Lady Devils rolling here with a good service rotation of her own. High floater to Olvera. She passes it to Carrier. Back set to McCall, and that doesn't work out, and we're tied at 4. And Cabe will go back to work at the service line now for the Lady Devils. Good hard one down the line, and that one is good. An ace by Grace Cabe gives Swain the lead for the first time in the second set. So Cabe will work again. The ball rolled away, and now she'll get it back. High floater. Olvera's got it. Carrier to set it. She bumps it up tight for McCall, and now Swain with a chance to set to the middle to Anthony, and now back outside for Swain. Punched, hit again, and Patillo will get it over. Olvera has to set it. She back sets it. It's off the block, played. They can't get it there, and that'll be Carrier with a kill. And we tied things back up here at 5. Serving now will be Jesselyn. That one climbs the net and gets over, and now Highlands will have to free it over. Just barely punched over by McCall, and now Anthony swipes at it, back row, outside to Carrier. She takes a whack at it. Cabe's got it, and it's over, and it's out. So back on top go the Highlands squad. And serving still is Jesselyn Head. 2 aces in game 1 for her. Looking for another one in this one. Good pass from Patillo. Back outside to her. She hammers it. And that is out. So back to the biggest lead of the evening for either squad as Highlands goes back up by 2. Floater down the line. Patillo's got it. Anthony sets it. Patillo stands and drives it to the back row. Now Highlands a chance to attack. Head to McCall. It's blocked, but no, it didn't get over. So that one is Swain's point. And now Ashton Yance, who had a very successful first service rotation in set 1, will serve here for the first time in set 2. Deep, picked up by Holt there. That's right down the line, and that's Jordan Carrier again. And despite just being a freshman, this young lady is quite a volleyball player. That was a well-hit ball. Now Olvera, who reeled off some big serves in set 1, goes to work again. And that one, I think I may have jinxed her, and if that's the case, I'll try to continue doing that. Collins in for Smith, Eagleman in for Patillo, Eagleman will serve. Collins, Reardon, and Anthony on the front. Cabe, Eagleman, and Yance patrol the back. Floater over. Alvera's got it. It's going to be close. Pulled out of the net, but they can't do anything with it. So Swain ties it back up for the 4th time in the second set. And now Eagleman will serve again. And we are set again. High floater, the opposite side. Punched over. Now Swain with a chance to attack outside to Reardon. It's off the block. Swain continues. Reardon falling down, is able to get it over. And now let's see what Highlands can do with it. They back set it. Eagleman's got that dig. It's over. Highlands swipes at it again. Miss hit, and that'll get down for the Highlands squad. Back to a 1-point lead for them. Patillo back for Eagleman. Looks like it will be Kendra McCall to serve it for the Highlands squad. McCall a sophomore. So between McCall and Carrier, freshman and sophomore, this Highlands squad has a bright future in volleyball. They're pretty good. These young ladies are. Yance with a set to the middle to Reardon. Finds the soft middle. And Reardon ties it back up again for the Lady Devils. Off the pass from Ashton Yance. So Caitlin Anthony to serve it. Floater to the middle to Alvera. That one's going to be close. Cabe goes up, misses, loses that fight, tries to tip it over. Now Reardon goes back up and puts it down on the floor. So Michaela Reardon cleaning up the mess at the net, give the Lady Devils the lead back by 1. No one is led by more than 2 in this second set. Anthony with the serve. Straight over. Carrier sets it outside. That one didn't make it over. And Swain now with a 2-point advantage, their biggest of this one. Caitlin Anthony to serve it. Floater down the line. Carrier punches it over, and it's out. So Swain up to a 3-point advantage now. And a timeout by Highlands just like that. So Swain with their biggest lead here in the second set. They dropped the first set 25-20 to Highlands, and now have a 3-point advantage in this very tightly contested second set. Again, coming your way Friday night, the Maroon Devils will host Andrews in what will be homecoming. Hope everybody comes out to enjoy that one. We'll crown a homecoming queen at halftime, and Joe will have all of that action along with Bob Thomas. So tune in for that one if you want to. Should be an exciting football game as well as Coach James Phillips, who we're very familiar with, and we'll bring his team over here from Andrews, and we'll look at the Wildcats and what they can do on the football field. So come on out and enjoy that one. If you can't make it, the pregame will start at 7 o'clock with Gary Ayers and Rod White on the call at 7:30 of all the action. So tune in. It'll be Caitlin Anthony serving it now. And there's a floater up and over. Alvera's got it, but it's close, but it doesn't make the net. So Swain expands to a 4-point lead behind the Anthony serve, and she'll go back to the line again. Coach Kayla McMahon imploring her troops on as they have taken the lead here for the first time in game 2. Short one. Carrier sets it outside to McCall. She dinks it over, but Yance has got it. Nobody's there to set it. And so that will be back to Highlands on that one. And Alyssa Heyman checks in for Taylor Collins. It will be Jordan Carrier on the back row to serve it. With her back turned to the Lady Devils, she now turns to face. Hits a soft floater over. Cabe's got that. Reardon has to fist pump it over. And now Highlands has to scramble a little bit to get anything out of that. Patillo steps into the pass. Yance goes outside to Reardon. She goes cross court, pulled out of there by McCall, and down the line and good as Anthony can't get there. So that will be back to 2-point lead, and Carrier to serve it again. That one did not crawl across the net. She had good success in set 1 of hitting those right at the top of the net, and they would hit on her side and crawl over. That one went the other direction. That'll bring Mae Duncan into the contest to serve. with Swain still leading by 3 here. Second set. Duncan up and over with it. It's a pass from McCall. It goes right back to McCall. Cabe's there. Duncan hustles in, and now Patillo will drive it from the back line. Carrier unable to get it, and now McCall has to push that one over. Patillo with the pass. That's outside. Heyman falling backwards is able to get a hand on it. Let's see if it'll find the floor. It will not. Now Anthony steps into the pass. Duncan sets it close for Cabe. She goes across, and there's a kill for Grace Cabe. And Swain back up to that important 4-point bulge behind the good serving of Mae Duncan. Duncan up with it again down the line. Olvera, that one's going to be close, tipped over, and it falls. So service broken. Reardon back up off the bench, and serving now will be Hannah Holt, perhaps the most consistent server in set 1 for the Highlands squad. Holt was at the line for much of Highlands' 2 big runs in that one. It's outside to Heyman. She pushes it over back deep, and now Highlands can't get an attack on that. So Swain still at 4 now, and Smith checks in for Heyman, and Smith will serve it. Alyssa Smith, one of the Lady Devils' most consistent servers on the season, a good person to have at the line in this situation. That one's up and over, pulled out of there. Carrier sets Olvera, and she finds the back corner and gets that one down. Now at the service line, Madison Lloyd, one of the few seniors in this lineup for Highlands. She'll jump serve it, floater over. Patillo's passing it, and that one's set to Smith on the back row. Diving attempt by McCall, and can Highlands get it over? They can, but it's out. So Swain still on that 4-point lead. They're not able to extend it at this time right now, though. Cabe to serve it. That's at Olvera. She's got a pass to McCall. That's outside. Still hit and down by Kendra McCall. McCall hit that one moving in the wrong direction and was still able to hit it and get enough on it to get it down. And now Jessalyn Head will go to the service line. She had 2 aces in the first set. Swain clinging to a 3-point lead here. Smith got that. Yance does not get to it to punch it. And Highlands will free ball it over. Smith steps into the pass. Reardon goes middle to Anthony. Anthony goes cross court. It's pushed over. Pushed out by Patillo. Back over to Patillo now. She goes up high and hits it into the net. So it'll be back to 2 for Highlands here. And timeout by Swain as they hold on to a 2-point lead that they've had most of game 2. To set the stage a little bit for you, we told you Grace Cabe leads the Smoky Mountain Conference with 195 kills. She has 4 right now to put her at 199 by my count, so she's looking to go over the 200 kill mark. Ashton Yance and Cabe lead the conference in aces with 26. Caitlin Anthony right behind them with 25. Brett Patillo first in the conference in digs. Grace Cabe right behind her second with 137. And then Michaela Reardon is third in the conference in assists with 165 on the season so far. So when we return here, it'll be Jessalyn Holt looking to, or Head rather, I'm sorry, to serve the Highlands squad back into it. Cabe with the pass. Yance on the run. Goes outside to Patillo. Over the block. It's tipped by both folks. They go right back outside Patillo. It's up and off of the block and down for Highlands, who are now back to 1. We've been tied 5 times in this one. We're tied 8 in the first set. And Highlands made a run when we got to 20 in that first set. Pass by Patillo. Pushed over by Yance. That's back. Reardon's got it. Yance to set it to the middle to Anthony. She finds the hole. And Caitlin Anthony takes advantage of it to break the run by Highlands. Put Swain back up to 2. And now Ashton Yance goes to the service line. Yance served 8 straight in the first game. Brought Swain from 4 down to 4 up. That's outside by Head. Pushed over, but Yance is there. Now Anthony sets it other side, and it doesn't get over. So now Olvera, the most effective server on the Highlands squad outside of Holt in game one, was this young lady, Abby Olvera, and she's serving again. That one's at Cabe. Cabe's got it up. Now it's over to Anthony. She goes back to that corner again, and she puts it right on the line. Good job by Caitlin Anthony. And it's back to a 2-point edge for Swain with Kenzie Eagleman in to serve it. Also into the game, Taylor Collins to hit outside. Eagleman with Swain up by 2, up and over. Olvera's got it. That's pushed to the outside by Head and over, but pulled by Cabe. Back to Reardon. She punches it over to the middle. And now Carrier will set it to McCall. Yance has got that one outside to Reardon. She's up and over the bump on it, but the Highland squad can't get that one over. So Swain back up by 3 right here. Let's make sure everybody's all right. Kendra McCall is a little slow getting up. Now we're going to check rotations down here. Swain gets on a little bit of a run, so we've got a rotation issue to look at. It will be Eagleman to serve when we get back with action. And Swain up by 3 here, leading at 20-17. And a chance to tie this match up at 1 each as they trail Highlands 1-0. Highlands taking the first game 25-20. If you're just tuning in expecting to see us starting, that means that we actually started on time tonight. The JV's 1 and 2 straight, and that put us on time. And so Joe and I are very relieved about that. Maybe it won't be as long a night as it is sometimes. And we've got it straightened out. Let's see what kind of effect that has on the Lady Devils. And now we're going to get an explanation. So we go further delay as Kenzie Eagleman still stands in the corner she serves from with the ball under her arm. This worked out better than a timeout for Highlands. It's funny how those things always work. All right. They have a fake thing to call the serve to game here and go back to all square. Heyman with the pass. That's Yance. She goes back outside to Heyman. It's over and soft, and now McCall has to hit it and doesn't get it over. So that's a good rally by the Lady Devils, and Caitlin Anthony will go to the service line. And once again, Swain serve, so I guess we need to check rotations. Here we go. Caitlin Anthony, the sophomore, to serve it. She floats it over, and that's McCall. McCall goes cross court to McCall, and that one is out. So Swain back to 4-point lead here, and only 3 to close out game 1 with Caitlin Anthony on the service line. Top hand. Carrier sets it outside to Kendra McCall, and again, a miss hit, and the Lady Devils 2 away from wrapping up the second game. Anthony to serve it. Hard floater. McCall's got it. Set to the back, and that's dug by Patillo. Pushed over. Dug, and let's see what they can do with it. It's bouncing around. Olvera's got it. And Highlands gets that over. Good pass. Reardon set to the middle of Cabe. Cabe off the block. Is able to do something with it, and she gets it over. So it's now scramble mode for the Lady Devils. Back to the middle. That one did not make it over, but they're going to give her credit for it. It did not. I'm telling you, it did not. And it works out for Highlands as they break serve right there, and it'll go back to 4-point advantage. And it will be the freshman serving. She's up and over with this one. Patillo runs Reardon back to the back line, and now Reardon sets her back, and Patillo's got it over. So now it will be McCall trying to push it over, and she cannot. So Swain pushes this one to game point. And it will be Duncan checking in for Reardon and tie this thing up at 1 game each. Good floater picked up by McCall, set by Carrier out to Holt. And there's a carry on Duncan, so it's 24-20 now. Reardon back into the lineup, and it will be Hannah Holt at the service line for the Highlanders. Holt's got a floater, knuckleball up there. Patillo passes to Reardon. Heyman gets it over. It's short. Now Carrier sets to the middle. She sets herself. And the Lady Devils have taken game 2 by the same score that Highlands took game 1, 25-20. We'll be back with the third set in just a minute. So we're back, set for game 3 in what has been a tight contest. 25-20 in the first one, Highlands, 25-20 in the second one, Swain. And now the Lady Devils will open up in this third set with Caitlin Anthony serving. So we're tied at 1 game each here. Best of 5 coming your way from Swain High School. Meant to ask Joe, do we have soccer going on tomorrow somewhere? No, I don't think so. And we're set. Anthony to serve it. And we're underway in game 3. Floater across. McCall with that. Outside set, cross court. Yount sits with it, passes it to Cabe, who sets it to Reardon on the outside. Reardon almost gets that one down. And that one's off of the tip and punched over by Cabe. And that will be McCall again. Patillo's got that one. Yount goes outside to Reardon and cross court. Oliveira's got it. Back outside to Kendra McCall down the line. Anthony steps and gets that one. Here comes McCall again, pushing it deep. Patillo's there. Yance sets outside to Reardon, who goes off the block and down, and Swain's on the board first in game 3. Michaela Reardon and Ashton Yance working together. Now it'll be Anthony to serve it again for the second time. Floater across, top spin, and Highlands really has to scramble to get that over. Ideal chance to attack right here, and Cabe's got it. So Cabe and Reardon with 2 kills to open up the third set here, and Caitlin Anthony will serve it again. Good top spin serve by Anthony. Punched over, but Patillo's right in place and has it. Set to the middle to Cabe, picked up by Head, and now McCall from the back row. Yance pushes that one over and deep, and it's in. And so now a great start for these Lady Devils at 3-0 to open up in the third set. Caitlin Anthony to serve it again. Top spin floater picked up by McCall. Carrier back sets it. Patillo steps in with a pass. Yance back sets to Heyman. She goes cross court. Nicely done. And gets that one to work. So Alyssa Heyman with a kill. And back to the line is Anthony. Swain up by 4. 5 has been their biggest lead in this match. Let's see if they can match it right here. Carrier outside to the older McCall. Dug by Anthony, but Reardon can't get there. So Kendra McCall. Check that. Madison Lloyd, with a kill. Now it will be Jordan Carrier to the service line. Carrier's over with it. Patillo steps into the pass to Reardon outside to Heyman. Heyman's got it up and over. And this will be down the line and out. And Duncan for Reardon now, as we've grown accustomed to seeing, will serve next for the Lady Devils. Swain at 4, looking to go up 5. Olvera passes to Carrier, bump set to Lloyd, and she's got that one down off the soft block, and we're back to a 3-point advantage. Reardon back in for Duncan, and it will be Hannah Holt at the service line for Highlands. There's a floater just over, picked up, but Holt with an ace. And we're to 3 now, or 2 rather, check that. Holt will serve it again. Good hard serve this time right at Anthony. She sets it nicely to Reardon. Back set to Heyman. She punches over, and now Highlands will scramble and have free ball over. Anthony with the pass again. Reardon goes middle to Cabe, and Cabe hammers that one. And Swain with the serve back and a 3-point lead. Alyssa Smith off the bench for Alyssa Heyman to serve it to senior swap places. Smith's short serve is up. Highlands will get it over. Oliveira hits it, and that one is deep and out. So Swain back up to 4 here in this set. Smith check that, to serve again. Floater down the line. That's McCall outside to Holt. Reardon takes that one over. Punched Smith with the pass to Reardon again, outside to Patillo, off the block. And now here come the Highlanders trying to attack. Reardon's got it back. She goes middle to Cabe, who cuts it too close and out of bounds. So teetering between 4 and 3, and now to serve it will be Madison Lloyd for the Highlands squad. Lloyd jump serve up and over. Anthony's got it. Good pass. Reardon pushes it over. And Olvera off the block. Patillo swats it. That one's hit from over the net. Now Reardon stands and drives it and doesn't get it over. Back to 2. So Lloyd will serve again, looking to pull the Highlands squad back to within 1 right here. That's a floater over. Patillo's got it, past to Reardon, outside to Patillo. She has it blocked, and we're back to 1 right here. So Lloyd trying to tie things up, and she's got an ace to do it. So we're tied at 7. Madison Lloyd with her first ace in this match. Picked a good time for it. Floater, Anthony steps into the pass. They'll go outside to Cabe, who's off the net. She goes down soft in the middle and gets that one to fall. Breaks the service and gives Swain the lead back at 1. And Cabe goes to the service line. Back spin. Olvera's got it. Now it's pushed. And that's in by Kendra McCall. So tied back up at 8. And to the service line will be Jesselyn Head. 2 aces in set 1 for Head. This one's over. Patillo steps into the pass. Now Yance has got it to Anthony in the middle, and Caitlin Anthony again answers. For Swain, puts the Lady Devils back on top. And now Ashton Yance to the service line. Hard serve over. Outside to Carrier, and that one doesn't go, so Swain back up on top by 2. Yance to serve it again. She hit 8 straight in game 1. This one's going to be 2 straight in set 2. Yance with her first ace. She is now tied up, or went ahead of Grace Cabe in that category. Yance floater to the back row. Head sets outside to Olvera, and again, Swain building a lead of 4. Not been able to get past 4 yet. So far, 4 is the biggest of the night, or this set rather, 5 the biggest of the night for the Lady Devils. Yance serving again. Floater to the back row. Head sets to the middle to McCall, and that's Anthony with a block, and now Swain ties their biggest lead of the night, and we've got a timeout by Highlands. Great block by Caitlin Anthony, her second block of the night. And Swain with a 5-point advantage here in game 3. Best of 5 coming your way. So far, it's tied at 1 each. Smallish crowd on hand tonight. But again, a lot of stuff going on in Swain County High School, especially this week with homecoming. Maroon Devils soccer team with a 2-0 win over Cherokee last night. Exciting action. That one's available for you to peruse on YouTube if you like, as Joe Holt was there to cover that one. So if you want to check out the Maroon Devils tight win, it was tied at 0 at the half, and then Swain notched 2 goals in the second half and were able to pull away in that one and take the win. So Yance to serve it after the Highlands timeout. Swain with a 5-point lead, their biggest in the night and the biggest in the third set. They go outside to McCall. She gets it in, but Yance saves it, and now they run into each other, but they're able to get it down. Good diving save there. And that one is out, just inches out. And Swain now with a 6-point advantage, their biggest of the night in any of their sets. Yance to serve one more time. Good backspin. McCall's got it. Now nobody can set it, and so Swain extends. Yance to serve it again. Good floater to the back row. On her way back is Holt. Now that one's punched over to the middle. Cabe dives and gets it, and it goes over, but it stays in, and they go back outside to Carrier again. She can't hit it over. And so the Lady Devils continue to pad this lead back up to 8 right here. So it'll be Yance to serve it. Floater across to the back row, and that'll be an ace as Lloyd could not get to that one. So Yance with her second ace of this set makes it a 9-point lead for the Lady Devils. Let's see if Ashton can just serve us out of this thing. Floater, didn't even move. Another ace. That was a knuckleball all the way. You could see that one on your own coming across the screen. It never moved. Those are tough to handle. So here comes Yance again. Up and over, backspin this time. Carrier on the outside, and Carrier finds the middle of the Swain defense. Takes advantage of it to pull her team back to 9. And so Alvera will serve it. Abby Alvera for Highlands now, who needs to cut into this Swain lead or fall behind 2-0. Good hard serve. Cabe's got the pass. Back set on the back row to Cabe. She flips it up and over. That one's over. Cabe's got it, though. Now Yance goes over with it. Everybody playing over ball all of a sudden instead of 3 passes like we're used to seeing, and it pays off for the Highlands squad, who cuts it back to 8 here behind Alvera, who goes back to the service line again. Good hard serve. Smith picks that one up off the board. And now Anthony. And that one is down. And subs real quickly here as Jones will check in for Heyman. And Alvera will serve it again. 7-point lead. Anthony sets outside to Reardon. She goes off the block. And that one's thrown outside. Yance saves it. Patillo goes after it. Now Reardon will have a shot again. She goes down the line, but they're there. Now back outside to McCall. And we got a net violation on Swain. So now the lead has gone from 10 to 6 behind Abby Alvera's service, and Swain needs to break the tide right here. That one's up and over. Jones with it. She passes it. Reardon helps it. And now Anthony pushes it deep, but another chance for the Highlands squad to attack. Reardon saves that one. Yance sets middle. Anthony hits it to the back row. And that will be McCall again. Cabe saves that one. Jones pushes it outside for Reardon, who goes down the line, and it doesn't make it. So back to 5. And timeout Swain, as Highlands has cut this Swain lead in half from 10 to 5 now here in game 3. So as we return to action here, it'll be Abby Alvera to serve. And they have cut the Swain lead from 10 to 5 right here. And that's Cabe with a pass. Yance has got it. She goes outside to Reardon. Reardon goes down the line. And head was right in place. Now that one's pushed over. Jones has got it. Reardon, or check that. That's Yance. And we are down to 4 as Alvera will serve it again. That one's up and over, and that one is down. Alvera to serve it again. 7 straight so far. Cabe sits with it, got the pass outside to Reardon again. She goes over with it. If Alvera can save it, they might have a shot, and they do not. They stem the tide as Reardon gets that one down off the pass. And so subs aplenty for the Lady Devils. It'll be Heyman for Jones and Eagleman for Patillo. And Eagleman will serve with Swain leading by 4. Floater up and over. Alvera's got the pass and head sets to the middle. Cabe's got that one. Outside set to Heyman. And Alyssa Heyman finds the floor again for another big kill for the senior. So Swain to 20. I don't know what the statistics are, but it always seems like the team that gets to 21st is usually the one that comes out the winner. So Eagleman's serve, head sets to the middle to McCall. Cabe's got that one, pushed outside to Reardon again. To the middle, but heads there. That'll be outside and ripped, and it is out. Just barely by Hannah Holt. And so Swain back up by 6 right here. And Eagleman to serve it again. Cross court. Now outside, ripped across, and that one is out. 2 in a row by Hannah Holt, out. And we got a timeout. Highlands, as Swain has run the lead back up to 7 behind Kinsey Eagleman serving. So Lady Devils trying to close out here game 2. We'll remind you once again, Maroon Devils hosting Andrews on Friday for homecoming 2017. You'll see the homecoming court and exciting football game on top of that. So make sure you come out for that. Also, hats off to the Maroon Devil Marching Band. Had a great showing Saturday at Inca Land of the Sky. They were second in their division, and they did a wonderful job. For all the results on that one, as well as all the information on the Maroon Devils, you can check it out on maroondevils.com. That's maroondevils.com for everything going on here in the Maroon Nation. Kinsey Eagleman to serve it now with Swain on top by 7, and it's into the net. So the timeout worked for the Highlanders. Patillo up off the bench to sub, and she's got Eagleman out. And to serve for the Highlands squad, it will be Kendra McCall. And this Highlands squad, dangerous serving group. They're very good at it. McCall with a jump serve. Heyman can't get there, and McCall has an ace of her own here in this one. And she has cut the lead back to 5 for the Highlands bunch. And McCall will serve it again. Jump serve up and over. Patillo's got it. It's over. And now head will set to the middle to Carrier. Yance has got it. Somebody's got to help it. And that will be pushed over. Now head will set outside to Lloyd. She goes down the line. Patillo saves it. And between her and Reardon, they're able to get it over. Miraculous job on that one, and that will be point to Swain, who I must admit, even though I'm biased, deserved that one. That was outstanding hustle by Reardon and Patillo on that, the two seniors combining to get that one over. Now it'll be Caitlin Anthony, who started Swain off to a good run, looking to close the Lady Devils out. That one's close, and Carrier takes that right over. Got to be on the alert with her. You never know. And she has broken the serve, and it's back up to 5. She will go to the service line now, looking to get her team closer as Swain looks to close out this third one. Up and over close. Anthony's got the pass. Reardon will set it outside to Heyman. Heyman cross court now on the scramble. That'll be head pushing it over. Anthony with it. Yance sets it outside to Reardon, and it's back to Highlands. 4-point advantage. So Jordan Carrier to serve it again. Up and over. And Reardon can't get there, and so it is now 3-point advantage for the Lady Devils. Timeout Swain. So 23-20 your score, 3-point advantage for the Lady Devils. They need to close this one out, take a 2-1 lead in this match. Both teams split the first two, 25-20 Score in both of those. In the first one, Highlands had the 25. In the second one, Swain had the 25. So this timeout will be all of Kayla McMahon's timeouts for this game and all of Highlands' timeouts. We have no more timeouts left in this contest. It will be Jordan Carrier to serve it. High floater. Anthony with a good pass to Reardon. Reardon goes middle to Cabe, and Cabe stems the tide. As we are so used to seeing with the senior. She puts that one on the floor. Reardon with the assist, and now it will be Mae Duncan looking to close it out at 24-20. Just over the net. Nice serve, and now they will have to push it over. Heyman with the pass. Duncan with the set. Cabe with the dink, and that's going to do it for set number 3. Grace Cabe finishes that one off. And Swain takes that one, oddly enough, by once again the score 25-20. So we'll be back in 3 minutes or less with game 4. Game 4 set to get underway here from Swain High School. Serving for Highlands will be the freshman Jordan Carrier, looking to get the Highlands squad off to a good start. Their backs firmly against the wall now. The Lady Devils 2-1 leaders in this match. And that one's up and over short. Patillo, a good job to get to it. Now they go back to Cave. She goes dink, and Carrier sets it outside the head down the line, and it is out of bounds. So Swain on the board first in this one. And Mae Duncan checks in for Reardon, and Duncan will serve. Floater over the net. And Carrier back sets Alvera, who gets that one out. And that one's in the net. So just like that, it's back to 1 point advantage. Reardon back in the lineup for Duncan, and it will be Hannah Holt to serve it for Highlands. That one skims the top of the net. Patillo's got it. Reardon sets it up close. Cabe can't get there, and we're tied back up at 2. Holt back to the service line now. Floater back deep, and Anthony eats her up. So Holt with a second ace of this one, and it's 3-2 in favor of the Highlands squad. Holt to serve for the third time. Floater right at Anthony. She picks that one up. Back set to Heyman. She goes over with it, and that's pushed deep. Now Yance will have to set it. She does to Cabe, who dinks it to the right spot. So that time Yance sets up Cabe, and Swain ties it back up at 3. Alyssa Smith back in to serve. Floater down the line, and that's picked up by Carrier, pushed out of bounds, and Swain back on top. Smith to serve it again. Good hard serve. That's almost on the floor. Carrier back sets it to Lloyd. Lloyd goes deep, and Reardon has to punch it over. So now Carrier sets back to head. Smith gets there, but it's mispassed, and it'll be down, tied back up at 4. So serving will be Madison Lloyd now for Highlands. Lloyd with a jump serve. It tips the top of the net and is over. And that one goes off of McCall, and she drives it to the floor. And Highlands on top again, 5-4. Lloyd jumps into her serve, drives it hard to the back row. Played. Yance almost able to get it down. Now some crazy volleyball ensues. Hot potato. Now Reardon gets in position, sets Cabe. Cabe up and over. Hits it right at Carrier. They can still get it, and they do. Cabe saves it from being on the ground. Now Smith pushes it outside to Reardon, who pushes it over. Now she sets Yance, who sets Cabe in the middle, and that one is off. And we got a touch, so that'll be a point for Cabe. And tied back up at 5. Cabe goes to the service line now. That one's cut over to the side. Carrier pushes it over. Cabe's got that one. Now Reardon sets Anthony in the middle. She hits it right at Carrier. Head sets it back to the middle. And that is down by Kendra McCall. So now it will be Jesselyn Head to serve it for the Highlanders as they lead it by 1. Their biggest lead in this one. Smith with a good pass to Yance. Yance outside to Patillo. Off the block. Let's see if Highlands can get it over, and they can. Lloyd pushes it, but Anthony's got it. Now it goes back to Smith, who pushes it over. And they go outside, and that one doesn't make it over. And we're tied back up at 6. And Yance to the service line, who is by no small margin been the Lady Devils' most effective server tonight. That will be to the middle from Carrier. And back to a 1-point advantage for Highlands, and Abby Olvera will serve. Highlands has been very effective serving the ball much of the night. Jinxed her, fortunately. And we're tied back up at 7. Eagleman in to serve now for the Lady Devils, along with Alyssa Heyman. That one's up and over right at Olvera. Now Head will try to set it outside, and that one is hit down the line by McCall. And we are back to a 1-point advantage for Highlands. Swain has not led. Well, they led 2-0 in this one and have not been able to get back over top since then. There's a floater down the line. It's passed over. See if that causes some trouble, and it does, but Swain able to rally out of it. Now Yance sets Anthony in the middle, and she doesn't get that one over, so Highlands finally gains a 2-point lead, their biggest in this game. Back to the service line is McCall. Floater. Patillo passes it. And Cabe attacks from the back row. Yance gets it down. That one's over. Reardon passes it. Anthony back to Reardon. It's off the block, saved by Anthony. And that's pushed over. Reardon's got it. Yance to set it. She does to Anthony. Pushes it deep corner. Can the Highlanders recover? And yes, they can. So again, long volleys, and that one's hammered, but it's out. And now 3-point advantage for Highlands. Timeout by Swain as they trail it 10-7 here in set number 4. Swain losing the first set 25-20, then winning the next two 25-20, 25-20 by the exact same scores, and now we're into set 4 of this one with Swain and Highlands going at it. In case you just joined us, setting the action from early on, the Highlanders come into this one 9-8 overall, while Swain is 8-8 overall on the season. So Lady Devils looking to get a win here tonight and move to 9-8 themselves. And that has some pretty serious playoff implications. It goes by your record after the first two in the Big Smoky and the one in the Little Smoky, so your record matters. Cabe's got that, and now Yance sets it up, and that goes off the block. Cabe gets a back row kill to stem the tide. And now at the service line, Caitlin Anthony steps into that one. And that'll be a back set to McCall. She hits it over. Patillo's there. That one's going to be close. Yance punches. Finds a good spot for it. Now it's pushed over. Yance to set this one to Cabe, and she has a net violation. And we're back to 1. Caitlin Anthony to serve it again. Anthony up and over, top spin. That's pulled out of there by McCall. Carrier sets it outside. That's cross court and down for Madison Lloyd. So Lloyd stems the tide a little bit and puts the Highlands squad back up by 2. And now Carrier, the freshman, will go to the service line. She steps into that floater. Anthony's got it right to Reardon. Good set. Cabe jumps and hammers that one. So Cabe and Reardon combining there to pull Swain back to 1. Duncan will serve it, looking to tie it up for the Lady Devils. There's a high floater to Olvera. Good pass to Carrier. She goes outside the head. Patillo's there. It's close. Duncan dunks it in the middle, and now it'll be over. Cabe's going to set it. They go outside to Heyman, and Heyman's got it down. Good job, Alyssa Heyman, on the Mae Duncan pass, and we're tied back up at 11. It's the 8th tie in this game alone. See if Duncan can get the Lady Devils on top. Carrier to set. She goes middle to Lloyd. That's off the block and tip. And Lady Devils cannot get the lead as Madison Lloyd has the kill. Reardon back for Duncan, and it will be Hannah Holt to serve for Highlands. Holt's got that one up and over. Patillo digs it out. Reardon sets outside to Yance. She goes cross court. Now Carrier will set it to Olvera on the outside. It's off the tip. Patillo's there and got it. Pushed back to the middle, and Cabe off of the dink gets it to go. That one wasn't the most majestic thing, but it counted for a point nonetheless, and we're tied back up at 12 for the 9th tie of this set. And Alyssa Smith to serve it. Floater over right at McCall. Carrier pushes that one up, and Olvera's got that one over. Legally even. They set Cabe in the middle. She goes off the top of the net, and now outside to Carrier. Smith digs that out wonderfully. Put back up. Hit on two, and that's going to go down by Lloyd. With a timely play there. Puts Highlands back up by one here. While we've been tied at 9, the Lady Devils have only had 2 leads in this set. There's a jump serve, and it tips the top of the net. And gives Highlands a 2-point advantage now. Lloyd to serve it again. Another jump serve, another ace. So 3-point advantage ties their biggest lead of this one. And Madison Lloyd lines up for her 3rd serve. Jump serve on its way, floater over, and Anthony's got it. Reardon back sets Cabe, and Cabe hammers that one. It's caught by Carrier, but they can't get it over as Patilla cleans that one up on the net and breaks the service of Madison Lloyd. Now Grace Cabe will go to the service line. Good hard serve. Olvera's got it. Carrier's going to set McCall. Reardon pushes that one to the side. It's saved, and now back to the middle. An awkward hit, but it gets down for McCall. And back up by 3 are the Highlanders. So now it will be Jesselyn Head to serve it. That one's up and over. Patillo with the pass. Yance back over with it. And Swain magically gets that one over, and it pays huge dividends as they get a point out of that. But Alyssa Smith and Michaela Reardon, just pure reflexes, sends Yance to the service line where she has been very, very effective tonight. Let's see if she can start another run, and that's right at Carrier. They go to the middle, and it's pushed over, saved. Anthony can't get it over, and that's going to give the serve back to Highlands, who maintain that 3-point advantage, and it will be Abby Olvera to serve it. That one tips. Smith gets it up off the wood, and now Anthony pushes it over. Lloyd, and there's a back set, and that's an illegal hit. So Swain gets the ball back as Highlands unable to get it over. Swain down 2. They're up 2-1 in the match. They need this one to put this match away. Eagleman to serve it. Hard overhand. Olvera punches it up. Head outside, and that one's deep. Saved by Cabe, but that's just all they can do with it. And so Highlands again keeps the score at 3, which they've been able to do for a lot of this one. And it will be Kendra McCall at the service line. Short jump serve, Patillo with it. Yance pushes that one over. Outside and cross court. And now the lead is 4. And McMahon uses her second and final timeout as they trail it by 4 in this one. JVs were 2-0 winners in their contest earlier tonight against the Highlands squad. And when we return to action here, it'll be Kendra McCall, a sophomore, who will be serving it. So McCall now to serve it. Jump serve, right at Cade. Yance has got it. She sits outside to Heyman. Heyman goes deep. It's punched. Let's see if Highlands can get it over, and they can. Nicely done by the Highlanders. And Yance can't get to it, and so we're to a 5-point advantage. And it'll be McCall to serve it again. And there's a service error. We haven't seen a whole lot of those out of Highlands tonight. Not near enough. And it'll be Caitlin Anthony at the service line for Swain now, as Swain trails by 4 here in this set. That's McCall with it. Carrier sets it outside. Yance gets there, pushes it over. It's about all she could do on that one. Lloyd free balls that one deep. Yance punches it up. It hits the standard and bounces back down hard. Swain unable to do anything with it. They're back to a 5-point advantage, and now it's Jordan Carrier to serve it for the Highlands team. Floater over. Patillo's got that. It's going to be close. Reardon punches it down in the right spot. Good job by Michaela Reardon finding that spot. And Swain back to 4, looking to cut it even deeper. And that service error puts the 5-point lead back on the board. It will be Hannah Holt looking to serve the Highlanders out of game 4. And that one's service error also. So a good break for the Lady Devils. And now it'll be Smith with a chance to get Swain over the top. They still trail it by 4. Serve down the line. That's McCall with it. It'll be Olvera to push it. It's off of the block. Can they get it over? No, they cannot. So Highlands only needs 2 to put this one away and force a decisive game 5 with the Lady Devils. This is Madison Lloyd. She had 2 aces last time around. Jump serve by Lloyd right at Smith. She's got it. That's pushed to the middle to Yance. She punches it deep. Played by Lloyd. Now Carrier sets the middle to McCall. McCall with a fist pump, and she's got it down. Kendra McCall puts that one on the floor, and now the Lady Devils are at game point here in the 4th set. They need to break this serve and give themselves a chance. It'll be Lloyd to serve it. Jump serve, floater, and that's out. So Swain is still alive with a chance here at 19, and Grace Cabe to serve. Cabe needs to serve the Lady Devils out for them to win this one. First one is over and deep. Olvera with the pass, and it is close and hit into the net. So that'll do it for game number 4. As Highlands takes it 25-19. We're tied at 2 apiece, and we'll be back with the 5th and decisive set right after this. And we're back for the 5th and deciding game in this one. And if you're wondering about game 5s this season, Highlands is 2-2 in game 5s. The Lady Devils 2-3 in game 5s. So they have been to game fives, but neither have been overly successful in them. And now Caitlin Anthony will look to start the Lady Devils off as she will serve it first. Remember, this set goes to 15, not 25, so it's a race. Whereas the others are a little bit of a marathon at times, this one is a race to 15. Whoever gets the run in this one will probably come away with the win. This has been very tightly contested. 8 ties in game 1, 5 in game 2, 3 in game 3, 9 in game 4. And the biggest lead has been 10 by the Lady Devils in set number 3. Outside of that, it's been very tightly contested. So Caitlin Anthony to start things off for the Lady Devils. Steps into the serve, top spin, Olvera with it. Carrier will set it. She goes outside to Lloyd. Lloyd goes across court. Patillo's got that set to Cabe in the middle, dink to the middle, and it's pulled out. Carrier back sets. McCall goes cross court. Cabe saves that one. They go outside to Reardon. Falling away. McCall's got that. Cross court all the way to Lloyd. Patillo saves it, and it's off the rafter, and it'll be point to the Highlanders. Madison Lloyd with a top spin punch along that back line and deep, and Swain unable to keep it alive. So this will be Jordan Carrier to serve it, I believe. Patillo with it. Heyman sets outside to Reardon. And now Carrier sets middle to Lloyd. She swipes at it, and that one's down. And Highlands up 2-0 behind Madison Lloyd. And this will be Jordan Carrier to serve it again. And that's a net serve. Big break for the Lady Devils, and now a chance to tie it back up, which, as we said, is big. Got to keep this one close or run away with it yourself. And now Mae Duncan will serve it for the Lady Devils. That's over and floats. Swain's going to get a good opportunity here. Duncan pushes it. Yance to set it outside to Heyman. Heyman's cross, and it is good. Alyssa Heyman found the line and put it down. That was a big play for the Lady Devils. Duncan to serve it, all tied at 2. Up and over, Olvera to Carrier, outside to Head, cross court. Patillo saves it. Heyman can't get there. And so back to the lead go the Highlanders. To serve it, Hannah Holt. Floater across, Anthony with it, Reardon on the run. She pushes it outside to Yance. She goes deep with it. And now Carrier goes all the way outside to Olvera, who goes cross court. That one's close and punched, and it is net violation on Highlands. Big break for the Lady Devils. Smith will serve it now with this one tied at 2. Smith over deep. That's McCall to Carrier. Carrier back outside to Olvera. That one's deep. Smith's got it. Nobody's going to get there. So the unlikeliest of folks in Abby Olvera recording her first kill of the night at a time when the Lady Devils really couldn't afford to have that happen. Into the game will be Kendall Jones for Alyssa Heyman. And now it will be service for Madison Lloyd. That's a spinner, and it's going to be an ace for Lloyd, who gives a 2-point advantage again. And so Lloyd will serve it again. Highlands up 2. Jump serve on the way, and that one tips the top of the net and is another ace. 4 on the night for Lloyd. And timeout Swain as they trail at 6-3. The Lady Devils falling behind in this race to 15. They've got to break serve right here and fight their way back into it. All of the momentum appears to be on the side of Highlands at this point. A lot of emotion from the Highlands side. Swain very stoic at this point. So need to find a way to get going. First time out for Swain, and it'll be Madison Lloyd back on the service line with Swain trailing by 3. Jump serve on its way. Patillo passes it. Good one. Yance with it, pushes it back deep corner. And there is Lloyd. Check that. McCall putting that one on the ground, and it's 4 point lead for the Highlanders. Their biggest of the evening is 5 in the last set. Lloyd on the run. And there's another ace. Third of this set. So here comes Lloyd again. Jump serve right at. And that's saved to the middle to McCall, and there's a dink right in the soft middle by McCall. And suddenly this thing is roller coastering away from the Lady Devils in the worst possible fashion. 7-point bulge, the largest of the night for the Highlands squad. That one is out. So that breaks the run and puts Grace Cabe at the service line. Cabe up with it, over. Olvera with the pass. Carrier with the set outside the head. She drives it. Jones dives and saves it. They go outside. Patilla goes cross court. Carrier saves it. Now Olvera will stand and drive it. Patilla with it again. That's a set by Anthony. Patilla drives it deep. That one's going to be close. It's punched over. And Jones, Patilla will get it down the line, and that one is out. So to 10 go the Highlanders. And it's a 6-point advantage to the service line. Jesselyn Head will now try to serve her team out with a 3-2 victory in this one. Top spin, Jones has got it. That's a set outside of Patillo. She stands and drives it cross court. Picked up by Holt all the way cross court to Carrier. And that is set. Now they can't get out of each other's way, and it's pushed back freely. Head sets middle to McCall. She goes soft. Cabe's there. And now Reardon goes back to the corner. No good. And there's a miss hit, not called, but it'll be over by Highlands. And Patillo pushes that one to the deep corner. Head with it again. She goes to Holt in the middle, blocked partially by Cabe. Now it's up in the rafters. Reardon outside of Patillo. Patillo back corner, and it's out. So it's 11-4 now. The Lady Devils on the ropes. And McMahon uses her second and final timeout as she has no choice really with Highlands 4 points away from taking this match. And their largest lead of the night came in this set at 7. The Lady Devils have really struggled to break service and be able to be offensive with anything they're doing. They played on their heels in this set, and it shows as they trail it now and are 4 points away from dropping this non-conference match to the Highlanders. Only one attack in this fourth set by the Lady Devils. Head with it over, Jones with it. Yance outside of Patillo. She attacks, and that's out. So 12-4. And it will be Jesselyn Head to serve it again. Side spin. Jones has got it. Set to the middle to Anthony. She goes back row. Picked out of there and shot to the back row. Jones has got it. Reardon sets it. And that one's pushed over. Back outside of Patillo. She goes up. Hit. Olvera saves it. And it's blocked by Anthony. Now let's see what Highlands can do with it. It'll be Carrier. She goes cross court. Cabe's there to the back row, and they run into each other trying to make that play. And so now 2 points away from a victory. Jesselyn Head to serve it. And there's a service break. Well, I've missed a score. What do you have on yours, Joe? I've got 13-5, and they've got 14-5. I'm not sure how that happened. I don't think I missed anything. Nonetheless, Ashton Yance, if that's the case, has to serve Swain out, or this one's over. Reardon on the back shot. It's tipped. Head pushes it outside. Carrier down the line with it. And that is down, but I don't have 15. I only had 14, so I guess that ends it. I'm not sure what I missed, but I must have missed something. So Highlands takes this one 15-5, I guess, and a 3-2 victory. And we'll end this one for the Lady Devils. So Swain drops to 8-9, and Highlands improves to 10-8 on the season. We'll be with you again come Tuesday, right? Tuesday for senior night here with Cherokee. So tune in for that one. And by the way, the Maroon Devils are home for homecoming on Friday. So join us at 7 o'clock for the Farley Insurance pregame show on that one. We'll see you then. For Joe Holt and myself, thanks for joining us.